So here in the movie form component, first I want to replace this fake genre service because this is already ready. So let's rename this to genre service. Now let's see where we have used this function, get genres. We have used it here in component did mount. So we need to await this call, get the data property and rename it to genres, and then apply async here. That's all we had to do. Save the changes. Let's create a new movie. Look at our genre drop-down list. All these items are coming from our backend. Beautiful. Now let's replace fake movie service with the real one. Here we're using two functions that currently don't exist in our movie service. So let's rename this to movie service and then add these two functions to our movie service. So here's our movie service. Let's duplicate this function and rename it to get movie that takes a movie ID. Here we need to append movie ID to API endpoint. Pretty straightforward. And then let's export another function called save movie that takes a movie object. For now, we don't care about the implementation. We'll come back to this later. First, let's make sure that we can populate the form with the right movie. So back to the movie form component. Let's see where we have used the get movie function. Get movie, it's here in component did mount. So once again, we need to await this, then get the data property and rename it to movie. Save the changes. Now back to the list of movies, let's edit one of these movies. The form is populated, beautiful. What if we pass an invalid movie ID here? We get this error in the console, the 404 error, but technically we should be redirected to the not found page. Back to our movie form component, in component did mount method, look at line 46. We call the get movie function. This returns a response object that has this data property. Previously, when we worked with our fake movie service, we assumed that if the movie does not exist, our get movie function would return null. That's why on line 47, we're checking to see if movie is falsy. But this code no longer works, so we need to wrap this in a try-catch block and check the status of the response. If it is 404, then we will redirect the user to the not found page. So let's add a try-catch block here. We move this line in the try block. So if we can successfully get the movie, then we should set the state like this. Otherwise, if we catch an exception, let's move this line here. We want to check to see if exception has a response and the status of this response is 404. If that is the case, we want to redirect the user to the not found page. Now here we're at the end of this method, so we don't even need this return keyword. Save the changes. That's it. Now let's test this implementation. You can see we are redirected to the not found page. Beautiful.